Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is C. Hart. Welcome back-ish to Rimworld. Oh my god, I did it correctly this time. I started another test game. That one can be deleted. Like, the options today for what I was going to stream, I chose this because it was what I had saved on Mob Crush, which I'm going to talk about in a moment. So, like, the three options for today that I could potentially have done. G Fuel. Not sponsored. Wish I was, though. I'm not a big enough person to, like, even be on their radar, though. But, like, if I am, though, that would certainly be interesting. But I don't think I am. Because, like, I've got 83 subscribers on YouTube and, what, like 130 on Twitch? Oh, that is the game shouting at me, saying it's loaded. Oh dear. Jesus Christ. Alrighty. Whatever. Okay, what was I talking about? Well, let's have the game running at least on slow. Okay. G Fuel. It's been helping me stream, helping me fix my sleeping schedule. Failingly, although it wasn't actually failingly, it was actually doing rather well. I was waking up earlier and earlier because, like, obviously yesterday was asleep until 5 p.m. or 14, 15, 17 1700 for, if I calculated that correctly, for those of you who use a 24-hour clock. I think I calculated that correctly. I don't actually know. Whatever. Okay, again. What exactly was it that I was... So, G Fuel, it kind of helps. There's no sugar in it, so there's no crash, which is funny. Or reportedly no sugar. Like, enough no sugar in it that they can they're legally allowed to say no sugar, which apparently is evidently, in G Fuel's case, 0 grams of sugar. Added sugar. That's nothing to say of the natural sugars in fruit. Because the one that I got is well, let me pull up this and push it over here so we can actually see it. This is the one that I grabbed. And you probably can't tell from the terrible quality, but it's the Type O, which is some sort of fruit punch because it, like, has every fruit under the sun. Pomegranate, pineapple, apple, orange, blueberry, grapefruit, plum, raspberry, strawberry, and watermelon, lemon, lime, melon, sour cherry, papaya, peach, Pyrus caminus, whatever the fucking hell that is, and cabbage. Yeah, that's 0 grams of added sugars. 5 carbohydrates. A bunch of other things. Like, what was I saying? Things. Yes. G Fuel, and let me see. On the other hand of things, we've also, like, I've also, like, I know you guys on YouTube, after the fact, you didn't see this, but those of you, or experienced this, but those of you who do, like those of you on Twitch, you did, but the last time I streamed as well, which I think was Friday, because I didn't stream Monday, which was yesterday for me, because that was, like I said, I slept until 5 p.m. Actually, I think it was like closer to 5:30, but either way. So yeah, I think I fixed the issue that I was having. I was having a lot of graphical issues, and like then finally, like last time I streamed, and then today as well, I was having even worse issues with the stream, in the fact that for me, and I think for Cosima as well, the stream was just like a black screen. Like OBS was saying that it was capturing the stuff, but Twitch was saying, yeah, black screen, blank screen. That is a shuttle for Mabo. Get in, Shuttle. Shuttle? Shuttle. This is gonna be one of those days. I apologize. Yeah, so, in case anyone figured it out yet, since I woke up, 5 p.m. yesterday, I didn't get any sleep. I couldn't. How would I be able to? I was asleep for like 12 hours. No, I think a little bit more than that. Yeah, I'm aware a part of the problem, why my sleep schedule is so fucked, is I'm up all hours of the night. Like, I'm aware of that. Like, I'm not a moron that thinks, oh no, it's totally not because I go to sleep at 4 in the morning. It's totally not why I don't wake up until 2 in the afternoon. No, I'm not that stupid. Okay, well, maybe I am a little bit. But, yeah, so main thing. Or big thing. I don't know what else you could call it. So, yeah, it seems to me, at least so far, the issue was Mob Crush, which is fine since I wasn't really, like, multi-streaming anyway, which, for those of you who do not stream, Mob Crush is a little fancy utility-ish thing you can get for, or that you can install on your, Streamlabs OBS, open broadcasting software, or Slobs as it's called, affectionately. The thing with that is, like, alright, yeah, that was one of the ones that's like, you seem broken. Like, to be fair, I might need to restart. Like, I'm gonna keep going, and if the quests, like, obviously, the quests, something on the quests is broken. Obviously. The goal of this series, like this in particular, like, there isn't really exactly any sort of, like, goal, but I don't know. Like, what I might do is either find one on the workshop, or make one myself. But, like, if this particular series reaches a end, I might continue it through Stellaris. That could be a potential thing that I could do. Like, we could say, like, that could be like this could be like the origin for the species in Stellaris. Like, really the only issue with, like, that is the Rimworld part, because spawn points, at least as far as I am aware, unless you, like, do some really heavy modding of the game, spawn points are random. They're randomized. So, like, in one game, you could spawn in near the center of the galaxy. But in another game, using the same exact settings, you could spawn on the other side of the galaxy, on the edge. So, yeah. Like, if I were to sit there and, like, play this game, like, this game, yeah, that's right, like, this game all the way to some sort of fruition, I might sit down and, like, use this as an opportunity to, like, properly learn how to mod Stellaris. Like, I did several patches ago, like, make a personal mod. All it really did was give boosts to research, and it was a repeatable tech. That was it. That was all it did. Just boosted research. I think this was before the change to planets. That is, it still used Stellaris still used the tiles as opposed to the current system. Which, honestly, comparing the two, I'm not sure. I'm really not. Like, I'm not entirely sure which one I prefer. I did like the hard coded limit, 25 tile limit. But at the same time, districts are nice. Exploitable. But at the same time, obviously using the console commands, it was, or well, not really using the console commands, because I'm pretty sure, like, it was potentially possible to get that, like, that obnoxiously high base game. Granted, probably not in, like, the thousands, where each tile is producing thousands of the resources. I doubt, at least. Or at least I hope. Because, like, if it was possible, then that's just crazy. But, like, either way, I suppose it was nice knowing, like having, like, with the tile, like, the 20 to 25 max tiles in the old planetary system, way Stellaris did planets, there was, like, it was twofold. And yes, the current system is twofold as well, but it was easier to exploit. The first system was easier to exploit in that each tile could produce everything, potentially. Energy, minerals, alloys, the refined like the even further, like the exotic resources, like the gases, the motes, the whatever, the what have yous. It, like, each tile could potentially produce an infinite, using the cheats obviously, an infinite amount of the stuff. Because, like, with the cheats, you could just, like, put in the cheat and it's just, like, repeatedly, and it's like, oh, now my capital planet is producing 2 million food and 2 million energy credits and 2 million alloys and 2 million minerals and 2 million motes and 2 million whatever. Yeah, with the cheats you could do it that, but, like, without the cheats, I think I saw one planet, like, back then. I think I saw someone. I don't think it was a YouTuber or a Twitch streamer, but I think I did see some, like, a screenshot of someone back then, before the change, of someone. They had a planet late game that was producing a total of about, I want to say, it was a few thousand energy credits. the tiles alone. Like, it was a Gaia planet. I think it might have had some special thing that further boosted the Meshuggahs. I'm definitely going to be heading to sleep early tonight. What was I thinking? Downloading this freaking mod. Oh yeah, I know what I was thinking. This is gonna be a good idea, guys. Yeah. What were you thinking? God, it's so dark. No, wait. No, it's still dark. Hold on. I think I can barely. No, furniture. And that is a Manhunter pack. I want to say that's correct. There's a Manhunter pack. Oh no. Oh dear God. A giant Manhunter pack. Okay, Ari, you wake up. Dunn, you wake up. Saiji, you wake up. Spiffy wakes up. No, Loser wakes up. And Spiffy, you also wake up. Oh, this is going to be interesting. Oh, great. It's the auto save. Nope. No, wait. It's resurrect. Oh. Now we go character, health. Oh, that was certainly interesting. At least we survived it. But oh, excuse me. Oh dear. Just, oh dear. Ah, oh, okay. I've got 129 followers. Oh, I must have lost a follower. You do what you can. Wrong is that Saichi? I think if you remember correctly, didn't I? Whatever. Quests. Accept quests. Ah, okay, yeah. I think I'll send Spiffy again. A way that I can speed it up either. What sucks the most? What I can and do this. At the very least. Is there a big one anywhere? Answer no. So I'm gonna reload. See how long it takes before. Oh. I know technically. Actually, hold up. Instead of sealing this off, what if we sealed this off and this off? Oh. Yep. Alright. Since I can no longer see. Yeah, I will absolutely be taking a likely find hive data. Build a hive ship hacking facility. And use it to hack a hive ship. Your rogue AI will use the knowledge gathered after hacking to develop a consciousness. Uh-oh. There's gotta be a nice... mech assembler. Countdown activator. Go! Scumbag. Whoa. So that's a mech cluster. It doesn't have a proximity alarm. It's on the literal other side of the thing, so famous last words, it should be safe. I say famous last words because I was about to say it. That better not disturb them. Yeah, I'm gonna deactivate the crafting bot. It definitely needs to be deactivated. Okay. Structure. Steel, alright. Oh, we can do steel. Oh, excuse me. For now, I'm going to swap the rice to blue corn. Well, because, yes, it takes longer, but it also produces a lot more, so... Yeah, there's that. Alright, so that's good. Oh, Spiffy will return in 5 days. The well, 4.6. The activator will activate. Oh, great. Really? Middle of the night. Why couldn't the raid go wrong? Treaty of Eastbourne. Right, there's no... yeah. We could just kill. Bye-bye. I seriously wish one of the I will probably go till either 4 or 5 today. Probably 5 since we did have that hiccup. I wonder how many people are currently watching Rimworld. Almost 1,000. Somehow there's only 330 people watching Phantasy Star Online 2 right now. One of the people looks like, I don't know if that's it's supposed to be their person or if they're a VTuber. How is it, like, the PC releases tomorrow? How is there not thousands of people? I just want to see if this is the VTuber. It is. I'm totally following them. That is an ad? Yes. Are you serious? That? Oh no. No. Never mind. seriously looks like money. But whatever. Okay, let's undistract ourselves. And luckily, not much is really going on right now. Like, the big thing right now is the countdown. Ve estas. Oh, there it is. Nah, I don't know what you're talking about. Oh, dear Lord. Like, I'll be honest. If I had an Xbox One, I'd need a capture card or be streaming on a mixer. Never mind. Although, maybe not. There might be a way that I could... If I had a one, there might be a way that I could still do it without a capture card. But on the other hand, if I did have a one, I probably would not be streaming whatsoever, because I probably would be playing the shit out of Phantasy Star Online. Which, don't get me wrong, I'm going to be doing that starting tomorrow. Because it's going to be on the PC. Outside of Japan. Finally. All that's left is, like, really? All that's left for us to get? Like, really, there's like two main things that they have in Japan. That I'm hoping for us to eventually get. And like, if we don't, then I'll just move to Japan in order to get access to them. Like, I'll learn Japanese and I'll move to Japan. Like, if that's what it takes, then that's what it takes. Like, those two things being Kantai Collection, which officially is still Japan only, and Idolmaster, which, if I'm remembering correctly, is also still officially Japan only. I know some of the stuff, something from Idolmaster, like, outside of Japan, other than the anime, cartoon, television show, the whatever you want to call it. Outside that, where's the... Here we are. Bills. Do forever. 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 Sadly, there isn't exactly a bleach this into a leather into the camel wool. I'm not sure that's a thing. Unless it is, in which case, what the... Ooh, okay. Ugh. Like, I'm gonna wait and see what to do with, Oh, you know what? That's what it was. I'm gonna wait and see what to do with the, I might, depending upon circumstances, I'm probably just gonna luckily someone is doing research. I'm not sure how long. Ugh. Ugh. Right, this is like seriously funny. My mind is awake, but I'm still tired. I'm not sure how to explain that. I'm awake but tired? Whatever, I guess that's a thing. Shit. Yeah, I still find that a little weird that it counts soda as a medicine. I wouldn't mind. I honestly would not mind knowing why. What logic went into that? You know, theoretically, I could, game wasn't raining too. Well, at least the freaking thunderstorm ended. Yeah. I know for a fact tomorrow, since its PC release, there's going to potentially be a big uptick. But I wouldn't be surprised if the servers were crowded. I don't know. I'm expecting them to be. At least. But if they're not, I don't know. I guess that would just like be a little bit of a disappointment. Like, it's weird, but I'm actually hoping that the servers are crowded. Hold up. How far is it? Oh, that's pretty far. Downloads. Okay, what is PDT? Pacific time. 3 hours ahead. So, download 11 p.m. today, PDT, would be this is like an hour ago for them. It would have been 11:30 a.m. So at 3 in the fucking no 2 in the morning, I'll be asleep. Not that that means anything to me, because we can actually access the stuff at 5 a.m. the 27th, which would be 8 a.m. Oh wait, hold up. Where's the map appear? The map appear is really Ari? A seasonal event. Not really into the, We better get access to the, Vocaloid stuff, though. Like, that'll be just immensely disappointing. Hold up. Why does it say drop pod incoming? Here. I don't like that. Why did it say PDT? Why did it have to be PDT? Why couldn't it have been EST? My time. Why couldn't it have been my time? I mean, I know. No. Seriously, I'm not. Oh. Why do they have to be. Why do they have to arrive at night? I can't freaking see. There's still that. I wonder if anyone recorded the concerts. Possible. If we do, if PC players do get access to the stuff, that's the Vocaloid scratch tickets. Oh, for one, I'll be a very happy man. And for another, I will definitely, maybe, possibly spend money. No, not maybe, possibly. I will definitely be spending money. Because if I'm remembering correctly, it said the AC scratch tickets, which, for those of you who don't actually know anything about Phantasy Star Online 2, the AC is the cast currency, so I will be spending money on that to get the costumes. Which, it's funny, but was it granite? Simple solution. Okay, it's gonna be slate. Except I'm gonna do polished because that shit looks cool. Polished slate. That certainly sounds interesting. Oh. I want my person, my art to look like Miku Rin. The Great Bat Combo. They're war merchants, so I doubt they'll accept anything like food. Although, to be fair, we would. Although, on the other hand, we do have 400 meals. Granted, 390 of those meals are packaged survival, so yeah. Cat meat, pork, Penician. Oh yeah, we've also got Penician. Great for traveling. Not that your people will like that. Or it. That certainly is a question. I know choices would technically Miku, Rin, and Luca, but I don't know. Okay. God, I just want it to be tomorrow already. Seriously. I want to be tomorrow. Oh, so it was only just Miku and Muka. Weird. Just Miku and Muka. Why not the others? Like, why not do, like, why not say, fuck it, and do a whole concert? See, it says it ends in June. Not concerned with the Len outfit. I'm not sure what I want. Maybe to be fair, I'd accept I'd expect any of the really good stuff. Furnishings! Furnishings! Oh, hey. Oh yeah, probably I could have just looked over there. Derp. Oh. Hey, Spiffy's back. And what is Spiffy doing? Ah, yes. You fucking moron. You know what? Screw it. I'm just gonna go. Boom. Hole. loser and spiffy. There, done. Oh. No, okay. What the? Oh. I suppose I should set some batteries, shouldn't I? Ah, but I haven't researched them. Of course. And that's on me. Wow. Jesus Christ. The last post I put on Patreon was in March. Well, this certainly dates it. Eventually I will have an actual proper professional setup. Eventually. Oh, I'm not entirely sure. I'm really not. Probably gonna take a quick break at. I might end the stream at 4. I might end the stream at 4:30. I might end the stream now. Obviously, I'm not. Bumbuk. Bumbuk. Okay, Imperial Misk. Ironically, it only takes do I have a ceramite for that though? Yeah. Yeah, I do. At least for maybe all of them. Never mind. Oh well. I suppose I could do that, but yeah, might not be wise. New. That Jaguar. And resurrect. Okay, so what motherfuckers are probably doing all the way out there. Alright, hold up. I knew how to fix this. Animals. Unrestricted, unrestricted, unrestricted. 2. Might do a culling of the animals soon. Might. Oh. Do 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 do. Might need to plop down another one. Hold up. No, I don't think we will. Yeah. Probably won't. Hopefully won't, I should say. Oh, excuse me. Okay. Although there isn't any danger anymore, so I suppose it'd be fine if I let it go. No. I am going to temporarily suspend that. And also temporarily suspend that. Hopefully the research actually gets done. Okay, good. I was worried for a moment there. That is not what I wanted to click on. Yeah. I'm probably gonna end the stream soon. I have no need for them. I have no reason to help them. Oh. Oh. Hello, Ava. I did not notice. I didn't notice it. Yes, hello. Okay. What's the question? Um, yes. No. I mean, it's situational. Like, this is, ambient sounds, because I have the music, muted. Yeah, these ambient sounds are, because the biome... I'm using a lot of mods, but, I'm not entirely sure if any of the mods affect the music. Yeah, the biome is tropical rainforest. So yeah, that is the source of the ambient sounds. Yes, there's definitely a lot of mods. Quite a lot of mods. Well, it's like, as far as I am aware, it's a little bit of both. Like, it honestly, it depends. In truth, it depends upon who you're who exactly, like, you're asking. Like, I can't exactly say much on the matter because I haven't really been keeping track, because I quite literally was not affected by it whatsoever. Yeah, I got a cough, but I had the cough before the first confirmed case, so unless it was in the country longer than they think it was, I know no one who has it. So either my area was safe, like lucked out, or again, or it's been here longer. But again, I personally had not been affected whatsoever by the whole thing, the lockdown, the pandemic, the whole thing. It didn't really affect me whatsoever. So I haven't really been paying too much attention to it. Although, it did affect me. Actually, no, it did affect me a little bit because a couple of the restaurants that are around my area have actually, closed down because of it. Temporarily closed their doors. That's what they're saying. Whether it's going to stay like that or not, I don't know. But yeah, beyond that, I haven't really been affected by it. So yeah, I haven't really been paying too much attention to the whole, especially the lockdown part. But again, going back to the whole, it depends upon who you ask. The reason I say that is because Florida is opening up again. In phases, yes, but they're opening up again. But at the same time, a lot of actual experts, not media experts. Well, here's the thing. A lot of, experts are saying that's a dumb thing because people are dumb, and the whole purpose of the lockdown was because people weren't following the actual outlined procedures. People weren't washing their hands. People weren't avoiding touching their faces. People weren't actually taking care of themselves. And it's the same thing that I say about raising the taxes for rich. If they weren't doing it before the lockdown, chances are they weren't doing it during the lockdown, and chances are they weren't doing it after. They still won't do it after the lockdown. So the fact that there's still cases in the States, new cases in the States, ending the lockdown, yes, on one hand would be a good thing because that would mean that other things, other medical things, can be looked at as well. But at the same time, they run the risk of another outbreak. Now, again, I'm not an expert on this kind of stuff, but doing it too soon, they could cause another outbreak. Oh yeah, definitely. With how things are going right now, there's definitely going to be another outbreak in the States. like taking a look at how things are going, there's definitely going to be another outbreak. It'll be a miracle if there isn't. Like, if the slowing trend yeah, exactly. Like, people were like so nonchalant and like not caring about it. It's like, oh, it's gonna stay over in China. It's not gonna come over here. And then it was over here. And it's spread far too quickly because people were ignoring who? People were ignoring the CDC. No one was taking it seriously except for who? Except for the CDC. And it spread, at least in the US, it spread so quickly because of that. Now, what's the thing that you yeah, China shouldn't be punished. It's not their fault that a virus mutated unexpectedly and caused a worldwide outbreak. It's not their fault. Yeah, they may have been studying the disease that it came from, but it's not like there's any evidence that it was there's no evidence that the virus was a bioweapon of any sorts. Like, logically, that's the only reason why anyone should be punished for something this severe. Like, if evidence came forward, like, if evidence came out that, oops, it was a bioweapon, then yeah, someone should be punished. But since, as far as we know, it was a random mutation, yeah, that's the other thing. If it was a bioweapon, if it was a Chinese bioweapon, why would it start in China? Like, if anything, shouldn't it have started in the States? Or somewhere in Europe? Somewhere not China? Like, on the other side. Because one thing that the two main things that I've heard was that it was a Chinese, well, one of the main things, one of the big thing about that, one of the things that I did hear, like, it would kind of make sense if it was an actual bioweapon. There's early on there were two main big stories that certain untrustworthy media outlets were spewing. Like, the two big ones was that both of them were that it was a bioweapon, but like the two big ones were that it was a bioweapon engineered by the Chinese government to get rid of the Hong Kong protests, the Hong Kong protesters. On the other side, those same people were also saying that it was a Trump administration bioweapon engineered so that the United States wouldn't have to pay the $1 trillion debt to China. Like, that was, for the longest time, the two stories that they were going with. Which makes it funny, because they couldn't decide which one was the hidden truth for the longest time. Like, I'm going to be perfectly honest. I'm surprised they didn't go full conspiracy theorist whack job and say it's some Illuminati New World Order thing. Granted, now that I've said that, I'm pretty sure someone is, some conspiracy theorist was saying that, which in of itself is the dumbest thing you could hear, mainly because the real Illuminati, not the Pulp Fiction version that we hear about all the time. Like, the real Illuminati was a group of scientists in the, I want to say, late 1600s, who their main purpose was not control, not worship Satan, but scientific advancement. Scientific advancement in a Europe controlled by the church, who was very anti-science at the time. So they had to do it in secret. And yes, hello. Oh yeah, also, going back to the pandemic. You want to hear one of the most recent whack job theory about it?
Oh, what is it this time?
It was the Jews.
It's almost as bad as people saying that it targets people of color.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
The Jews.
Yes, the Jews.
It was bioengineered by the Jews. Why? I have no idea, but it was the Jews. Because, you know, these days it's politically correct to blame the Jews on everything. Because, like, they didn't get enough shit in the 1900s. Exactly! Of course it sounds dumb.
You know how the saying goes, find someone to blame.
Exactly.
I'm trying the ball cover this time. How does that sound?
Granted, I have shit headphones. I don't hear any difference.
Good. As long as it still sounds better than a headset.
Yeah. Granted, if I had not shit headphones, I probably would have heard something.
Dungeons.
What? Oh. Markiplier?
Yep, and Wombo streaming Rising Storm Vietnam.
Womble's doing Womble.
The bald man himself is streaming Hades.
and I found I found a VTuber streaming a Fantasy Star Online.
Tomorrow.
I know.
Oh,
But,
I heard that that tonight, starting tonight, we're supposed to be able to preload it.
at 2 in the morning.
Yeah. That doesn't stop anything.
Fair. And the servers actually open at 8 in the morning.
Not bad. So it was right. So it was the same way they did the console launch, where it was 6 hours after preload it opened up.
Yes.
Sounds about
But
right.
yeah,
Sounds very perfect.
the VTuber that I found that was actually currently streaming Fantasy Star Online 2. I
Yeah.
swear to God, their avatar looks like Marnie.
Hit. So I went over to check the Satan versus God Discord server. There was a tweet by God, also known as Angel's Pimp. This Sims game sucks. If it isn't Jews, then it's the Muslims. If it isn't the Muslims, then it's the Christian. If it isn't Christian, it's probably links back to the Roman Empire. Well, if I remember history correctly. And if it isn't the Roman Empire, it's straight white men.
Yeah.
Somehow.
No. Gotta say it. You have to say it correctly.
Wait, it's this white men.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh God, I fucking hate that word.
Because gotta make that fucking stupid distinction because
They had to make a new word for people who don't want to switch genders. So like, oh, let's just make up a new word. If you say that to a normal man, they're probably going to punch you in the face.
Also,
They don't like being called sissies.
Also, about
About what?
The safety council thing.
Oh, don't remind me. Don't remind me.
No. This is actually a little bit funny. On multiple levels.
Other than that, they hired a male-hating deer folk.
No, here's the funny part. Ironically, I actually
Rub my beard here a little bit. Rub my beard.
I actually followed this person years ago, but another person on the safety council about this whole drama.
Yeah.
They're disappointed.
Well,
like that's their only words on it.
Twitch is sitting there defending this person when they don't even know what this person said that's got everyone riled up. Where even the news isn't paying attention to it. They're like, oh, we are this person of their new safety council is being harassed by men online. How about you go back and find out why men are going after her? Because, well, not her, it. I'm not referring to them even as a human being. This deer.
Yeah. Now,
because they literally admitted going out and pretending to be a deer and eating grass.
Now, here's the disappointing part, though.
But dude, here's the thing. They didn't do any research into it, or else they would know that this deer said that a lot of you gamers are white supremacists.
Here's the problem.
And then deny saying that.
Here's the problem. That's been brought up to Twitch by multiple people.
Yeah?
Like what was actually said, what was actually going on was brought up, and their response was they're not firing them because diversity.
I wonder how long it'll be until people start jumping ship.
Yeah. Like,
I'm pretty sure that this person even admitted that not person, deer. This deer. Gotta remember that. Not person, deer. This deer admitted that it's going to abuse their power.
yeah,
That it will target people they think are shitty. Not people that are deemed by the terms of service, people they think.
yeah,
I'll get a little closer to the mic.
But yeah, they said in an interview they will go after people they deem shitty.
yeah,
Twitch, take the goddamn money out of your ears, take off your rose-colored glasses, and see what's happening. You got someone openly admitting they will abuse their power.
yeah,
Someone openly go around going, all gamers are white male supremacists.
yeah. And honestly, hopefully, hopefully, Twitch wisens up and does the smart thing before it's too late.
If Twitch is gonna be anything like normal companies, it will be too late.
Yeah, it certainly will be too late.
I'm pretty sure Ninja's sitting there going, wow, glad I left that.
Which is funny since,
Mixer's not doing so good.
although, with this whole situation, Mixer's still in people's minds.
And I'm surprised. It had not even a 1% growth.
Yeah. I'm predicting if Twitch doesn't wisen up, in these coming years, Mixer's gonna see a lot of growth.
If they take it, and I'm pretty sure doing this would piss people off at first, but get rid of the having to make a whole new account and make it so you can just use your Microsoft account or even your Google account. If you can make it, no, you have to make a whole new account for Mixer.
I didn't.
Unless you have a Microsoft account.
Well, yeah.
You have to make a whole new account.
Yeah.
So all those people over on PlayStation have to make a whole new account just to use Mixer.
Yeah.
If they make it so you can integrate different services, like integrate your Google, your Nintendo, your PlayStation, if you could just use that account and link it.
Yeah. If they do that,
it would make a whole lot more people. And then there's if you're not using it on the Xbox, people have said that 9 times out of 10 they've had to re-log in.
I've had to do that multiple times.
Hell no. Yeah. I gotta disappear for a bit.
Alright. Lovely. Just lovely. Yeah. You may not have to be fair, I wasn't even aware of it until I want to say Monday, but this one of the people on the so-called Twitch Safety Advisory Council well, I wasn't aware of it until actually I can't remember if it was Sunday or Monday. that I became aware of it. But either way, recently, this Twitch Advisory Council, Safety Advisory Council, one of the members of it, they got a little already before they have any actual power. They've got like Cosmos said already. They've gotten a little power mad, like, for lack of a better phrase. They're a little power mad. Say like Cosmos said, they said that all gamers are white supremacists, even the ones that aren't white are white supremacists, and that essentially, like, condensing it all down, their whole thing is that, yes, people should fear them because they have power, and for lack of a better phrase, they're gonna go banhammer happy on anyone they deem undesirable. Not anyone who goes against Twitch's terms of service, but absolutely, the only as far as I'm aware of, the Twitch Advisory Council doesn't actually have any actual legitimate power. They're just there to help essentially guide Twitch on which direction they should go, on how to deal with things like harassment and other things of that nature. That's it. At least that's how I read it. Twitch months ago explained what the purpose of this was, and that's what they said. That it was simply just an advisory council. But this, now I'm not naming names because I don't want the drama coming my way. I'm not naming names, but simply put, their attitude, it started this week, I want to say, either this week or this month, but this person's attitude with it, granted, yes, as an aside, they say they're a deer. Whatever, they can be them, but the problem is that they're behaving in a completely unprofessional manner in a, essentially, for lack of a better phrase, a professional job. This is the kind of people Twitch, the issue stems from the fact that this is the kind of people Twitch supposedly trusts to help them shape how Twitch goes forward. And the fact that they've blatantly, with no amount of hiding it whatsoever, have stated that essentially they'll abuse their power, pissed everyone off. But because of the fact that they claim to be a deer, that same untrustworthy, unreliable news media that I was talking about literally earlier, it's quite simply, and this is one of the biggest things for this particular group of people, it's the fact that they have fake power. That's what they get from it. Because as a society, we're conditioned practically from birth. I don't know how it is over in other countries, but this is essentially how it is in the States. We're practically conditioned that certain groups of people are, no matter what, the victims of a situation. Even if they're the ones who instigated it, they're the victims. Even if they're the ones doing the insert bad thing, they're the victim. So the fact that this particular person, who really shouldn't be in any sort of position of power, even one of fake power, such as an advisory board, the fact that this person is of one of these groups, they let their power, even though it's not really any real power, like, yes, they said that they'll go after people that essentially they deem unworthy, or the them in the us versus them, essentially. They, as far as I'm aware, now I could be completely wrong in this, but like they don't actually have the power to actually ban anyone from Twitch. Like they don't have that power. Yes, they might have like a bigger ear with Twitch in the Twitch staff. Like they may have a bigger effect on things because of their advisory board status, but at the same time, the problems. One, there's really two problems. One, that they said that they will abuse. They blatantly said that they'll abuse their power, and two, they said that essentially, because they're in a position of power, that they're essentially being endorsed to do this by Twitch. And with the fact that Twitch said, it essentially said they won't fire them because diversity at the current moment is, for some reason, more important to them than keeping people around. They're kind of right, and this has pissed a lot of people off, but of course, news media is twisting it the other way around. That, again, that this person that essentially instigated all of this is the victim. Simply because they claim to be, for lack of a better phrase, a deer trapped in a human body. Now, see, it's not exactly that, because the thing with that is right now, the public eye isn't too happy with them because of this. So, again, that's why that is the reason why I said that seemingly Twitch right now is more concerned about diversity than right. And again, that's the point that I was getting across. But that's exactly my point with how media, particularly that untrustworthy group of media, are spinning this. They're making the instigator the victim. And because of diversity, all this person has to say is, they fired me because I'm a deer. That's it. And the media will latch in on that. Doesn't matter if Twitch did the actual smart thing and fired them because they were a problematic person. Suddenly, to the media, and therefore to the neutral masses that don't know the whole story because they only know what media is telling them. Okay. Suddenly, that becomes the reason. It's the same thing that and going back to like what I was saying, because of how we're conditioned, in particular in the States, because of how we're conditioned, if anyone speaks up against, like, for instance, again, let's say Twitch does fire them, and the inevitable happens of them claiming that it wasn't because of what they said, it wasn't because they were being problematic, but it was because they were a deer trapped in a human body. Like, the moment they say that, they change it from, like, to the public, by just them mentioning it. They change it from what's actually going on to a matter of discrimination. Like, and it doesn't even need to be like this situation. Like, I can... Yeah, and depressingly, it's exactly the same way. Like, I don't know the whole situation of that, but I can guarantee, well, they've gone on record and, well, this person saying that they're a deer, like, I don't know if you heard it or not, but this person saying that they're a deer trapped in a human, well, they're not saying the trapped in a human part. They're saying they are an actual deer, but they quite look like a human. Like, they even say that they've gone in their... Yeah, that's exactly. They've said that they've gone in their backyard and pranced around and ate grass. Which isn't something the human body is actually able to digest anymore. So, in their little fantasy, they're actually damaging their body. Oh, it certainly sounds like fan fiction, which is the depressing part. Like, this whole, and like I mentioned earlier, the other person on the advisory council who's saying that they're disappointed, like, this whole situation is incredibly disappointing. Oh, yeah. No. See, here's the thing. That's exactly what's going on. Like, but, like, to the extreme. But, you know, because nowadays diversity is so important. Twitch can't do anything. Like, either they ostracize, they either keep this person on and ostracize their entire user base, or they fire this person and commit political suicide. Like, there is no middle ground. There's only... They... financially kill themselves because they ostracized their user base, or they politically kill themselves because they did an oopsie in the eyes of certain media groups. And, well, it seems, right now at least, according to Twitch, the lesser of the two evils would be yes, that's exactly what, those are the exact groups that, like, if you're talking who I think you're talking about, that's the exact groups that I'm talking about. Except the issue is that they've essentially taken over proper media over here in the States. And not even just that, but online media, too. Like, a lot of gaming journals, those groups control. Yeah. Yeah, if you thought 2016 was bad, 2017 was worse. 2018 was even worse. Although 2019 was a little better, but so far 2020, YouTube is on a path of self-destruction, and now Twitch as well is on a path of self-destruction. The two biggest sources of online entertainment, YouTube and Twitch. They have been catering to those particular groups, and it's starting to affect the general public. Yeah. Well, it kind of was. It kind of was, but it was more hush hush. Yeah. Like it was definitely around, but put simply, it was either no one was really talking about it because they didn't know for sure, or people were ignoring them because they were known to be whack jobs in the first place. But the reason why it seems like 2020 is so much more drama-filled than ever is because more and more and more people are realizing that if they don't speak out against these certain these groups, then, for lack of a better phrase, the world will become authoritarian. Because these groups, their whole mantra is, we believe in freedom, but only if you agree with us. Like, that's their whole thing. And they push that so fervently that it borders on religious fanaticism. Like, it's like these people have gotten that bad. Yeah. Like, if certain... Put simply, like, I've mentioned this before, although I don't know if it was... I'm not actually sure if it was on stream or not, but there's this whole thing... Granted, at the moment it's more of like a parody joke kind of thing, but it's seriously looking like it's gonna it's how it's gonna this country is gonna be. But there's like this thing called like essentially wrong think. Like, we're reaching the point where people will be ostracized simply because they thought the wrong thing. I can't remember that one story, but like, I can't remember the name of it or exactly how it went, but I think it was back in middle school. They had us read this, like, short poem story thing where every aspect of, like, it was essentially like a authoritarian dystopian future, not like, kind of in the vein of George Orwell's 1842, I think, the 1948, George Orwell's story. I don't remember the exact year that it was used. Oh, hold on, let me just look that up. $1984, that's what it was. Like, it was in that vein, but like to a uber extreme, in which like everyone was, like, every aspect of your life was controlled, all the way down to the point where, like, they would put mental inhibitors in smart people so no one would feel dumb, and they put extremely heavy weights on strong people so no one would feel weak. And they essentially muzzled people so no one could sing. Like, no one could be considered a good singer. And you weren't, and like in this short story, you weren't allowed to question any of it. Like, you weren't allowed to sit there and say, why are we doing this? Well, I don't remember if it was a poem. I do remember it was like a short story, but like the end, essentially the end of it was like the sort of side main character who essentially, for lack of a better phrase, was an Adonis. Like, they were perfect in every way, but they were also the most, essentially, they were also the most brought down person because of this. But, like, this person on a live broadcast, like, they hijacked it a la V from Vendetta, and took off all of the weights, took off the muzzle, broke the mental inhibitor, did all that stuff, and danced. That was it. That's all they did. And that was the end. But, like, a lot of people, like, from what I remember, yeah, exactly, lovely. It had a very positive ending. But, like, in my opinion, too many people focus on that positive end to really pay attention to the fact that, yes, it had a positive end, but it was more of a warning. Like, kind of like 1984. It was more of a warning. Like, don't let society reach this point where to make the people on the bottom feel better, to bring the people on the top down. Now, I don't mean like monetarily wise, but like I mean in this, in the short story, you were punished for being smarter than other people. You were punished for being stronger. You were punished for being a better dancer, being a better runner, being a better whatever. Whatever you could objectively compare to other people. And yes, hello, I did notice you were home. Yeah, like this story, but like a lot of people focus more on the happy ending than the fact that we shouldn't let society reach that point. And if you actually, especially in the States, if you actually look at how things are going, that is the exact end that we're going. Like United States, as things are right now, as things are going right now, the United States is either going to implode in on itself and fracture, or it will become an authoritarian state that controls its people to the extent of like essentially wrongthink. That's the path that we're going, and it only seems like more drama is happening now in 2020 than as opposed to 2018, 2017, and even a little bit 2016. It only seems that way because more people are wisening up and speaking out against the people who are doing this to our country. And they're doing it in the name of social justice. They're saying they're against oppression, but at the same time, their way of combating it is oppression. Like, again, like as I said earlier, their whole thing is they're for free speech, only if you agree with them. They're for freedom, only if you agree with them. Yeah, not just free speech, but freedom of anything. Like, freedom of anything, really. But the main thing is freedom of speech, because what these, and granted, they'll deny it, but what these people fear the most is debate. And how they avoid debate is silencing anyone who disagrees with them. And they always immediately go to diversity as to how to silence you. Like, they'll say things like, oh, you're only disagreeing with me because you're a racist. Or you're disagreeing with me because you're transphobic. Or misogynistic. Yes and no. I paused the game because, to be fair, I was going to end the stream 30 minutes ago. But, see how well that did. Yeah. Like, but, and like really, yeah. But like one of the main issues is the fact that, again, like this group of people have essentially, for lack of a better phrase, they've at least in the States, they've technically already won. Oh, no. Well, I might. I don't know. But, like, yeah, like, these people, they've technically already won because they control the media. And for a lot of people, that's how they get their information. Like, for lack of a better phrase, they're too complacent and lazy to second guess the media. Because for the longest time, since the invention of television, really, well, more so since the invention of the newspaper, news media is supposed to be trustworthy. Like, it's supposed to be our source of non-bias. Yeah, exactly. Even truth can be manipulated into a certain agenda. Like, for instance, yeah, well, that's kind of exactly what I was going for, and I guess to like explain, not really like agenda.
So what are we talking about now?
The same thing as when you left, kind of.
Oh. Yes.
Like, I guess.
Basically, when they push a certain narrative.
Yeah, like, for lack of a better phrase, they're pushing a certain narrative. Like, for instance, white cop shoots black kid.
It's instantly a hate crime.
Exactly. It's instantly. Yeah. Like, it's instantly a hate crime. Like, it doesn't matter if the kid shot first. Like, the kid could have been, the black kid could have been a gangbanger shooting a cop. But no.
That's the racist agenda right there.
Yeah, exactly. But because the white cop succeeded in his shot and killed the black gangbanger.
Yes. Yes,
Yeah,
yes, that's right there. That's the best way to describe it.
Yeah, like in this context, that's perfect. Yeah, and
Yep.
like yeah, like for the longest time, that was the biggest thing that they were talking about actually. Oh yeah. Well, that's really the thing. Like it means that over here too, but in this context,
It got twisted into a urban dictionary type thing of what you push forward and how you do it.
yeah,
It's kind of like a slang term.
yeah, kind of. But yeah, like, and a lot of times these people, like these groups that again somehow we let take over our media, news media in particular, they they don't even need to have facts. Like they don't care. They will make things up. Complete fabrication. And we're, as a society, we're so ingrained to trust them that when the actual facts come forward, we dismiss those facts. Because that's not what our precious media said. Yeah.
Yep.
Like, for instance, one of the biggest, sort of, kind of, not really political things over here is matter of GMOs.
God.
Media will have you believe that it's potentially dangerous. But, and the kicker is they also claim that no study, no long-term study has ever happened about the effects of GMO. But that's, of course, ignoring the one that's currently happening and has been happening over the past, I think it was, 40 years now? Over in Europe. That says, nope, no danger. Not even to the environment.
Here's some examples of these dangerous GMOs. Strawberries.
Apples. Corn.
Corn. Ears of corn. Domesticated cows.
Tomatoes. Grape tomatoes.
Dogs.
Oh, and let's not forget our favorite. Salt.
Yeah. How do you genetically modify a rock? That's my favorite. Oh God! Yes.
The thing that
he has found non-GMO salt. I mean, if you look at it, like pretty much everything's natural, as everything derives from nature.
Yeah, exactly. But like the thing.
Ah, yes, kosher. That's the best term.
Yes, that's a better term. But like the thing that confounds me the most is I don't remember when we saw it, but like a couple of years ago, on the shelf of the store, organic salt.
I mean, actually, that organic salt is actually a thing, as the regular salt is iodized, which is chemically altered.
True, but last time I
Organic
checked...
salt is more like the rock salt you grind.
Well, this is true, but last time I checked, organic meant made from living matter. That is actually impossible in this day and age.
Sweat.
Like,
Okay,
if
that just makes me not want the organic salt now. Oh god.
like if you actually look at it,
Just the factory is a bunch of people doing jumping jacks and shit.
like if you actually no, even this day and age, even in this day and age, it has been affected by humans. Period. Like I've even discussed this with you in the past. Apples, they weren't always that crisp. Corn, did you know that the husk used to be on every single kernel?
Yep. I don't know what taught you that one.
Yeah. Like there is
Strawberries.
no, like
They're a hybrid.
if you actually look at it, there is no such thing as something non-human affected. And the thing with that whole, but chemically enhanced things, where do you think they get the chemicals? From plastic? From oil?
You're looking at chemicals were made by taking different pieces of stuff and combining it in different ways. It's not like we willed it into existence just like, I've made a new chemical.
Yeah. Although we have done that a couple of times. But not for food.
No. By doing that, it's combining different things together.
Yeah.
But what I was talking about, willing it to exist, is like literally creating something from nothing.
Yeah. And yes, plastic comes from
Yeah.
oil. It's a very long, convoluted process, but plastic comes from oil.
Yes, heating something up.
Yeah, so is drying. So is drying. Yeah,
Yes.
Plastic comes from oil. Like I said, it's a long, convoluted process. Yeah, it's like, if you actually look into the things that these people are saying, it's... well, for lack of a better phrase, it's hogwash.
Did you know that pencil lead used to actually be made with lead instead of graphite?
I did not actually know that. I
Yeah,
guess
that's how
that's
it got
why
the
it's
name
called...
lead, and that's where the whole thing of "don't chew on your pencils" came from.
I was just about to say, I suppose that's why it's called lead.
Yep. Even though now it's made with graphite, it's still called lead. Because I mean, graphite doesn't sound as off the tongue as lead.
Yeah. Supposedly, Coke used to have Coke in it.
Yes, it actually did.
Like that's an
Coca-Cola,
actual,
you
like
do it.
that's an
It's
actual,
cocaine.
that's an actual legitimate confirmed thing.
That's how it got the nickname Coke. Well, yeah, you still shouldn't chew on it.
Well,
Nobody
no,
wants to
of
ingest
course.
graphite.
Yeah, yes, graphite is carbon based, and so are we. But who didn't? Like, I'm gonna be honest with you. Who didn't? Like, even if it was in passing while you were thinking, who didn't?
Mostly how people would end up doing it. Think,
And
oh
then there's
shit.
and then there's the ugly sacks of carbon. Exactly, that's what we are. Yeah, like
We're ugly sacks of carbon and water.
yeah, like
And apparently part banana. I
I
still don't understand how is it that humans ended up sharing some genome with banana?
don't get that either. Like, if I'm remembering correctly, supposedly, like, I think it was like 1% of our DNA is also Neanderthal.
Well, I mean, the Homo sapien did evolve from Neanderthal.
Well, that's debated, but pretty much.
You know how the creationists are.
No, even scientists are debating it at this point.
That's because there's a missing link they still have yet to find.
Well, that, and there's also evidence that Homo sapien.
Don't forget our favorite stage of it, Homo erectus. Yes, that's literally a stage of the evolution of the Homo genus. Homo erectus.
Yup. Of course, there's Homo neanderthalis.
Yeah, Homo superior.
Homo superior.
That is the next stage.
Ah. Yes. Well, yes, and it's also a Marvel thing. Because if I'm remembering correctly, that's what Magneto calls mutants.
Oh. X-Men, yes.
Yeah. Like I said, that's
Yes,
what Magneto
the
calls
next evolution of man.
mutants.
And this isn't even my final form!
Frieza.
Tell Vegeta. Like a bitch.
Abridged. I can't believe there's an official abridged series.
Yep. Ghost stories. It is hilarious.
If I remember,
Pretend a black man's chasing you. Well, at least he's not racist.
well, the subject.
Jesus Christ as your personal Lord and Savior?
What? Nothing.
Yeah, but and then
Can I
there's
tell you about my personal Lord and Savior Jesus Christ? I'm Jewish.
And-
oh,
and-
I'm sorry.
and then there's that Wikipedia challenge.
Oh God.
I can't remember what it was, but someone had found that if you clicked on the first link of a Wikipedia page, like you go to a random Wikipedia page, and if you
Excuse me. There were what?
for Minnesota cops,
Fired for killing a son. Okay, we need the whole story on that.
yeah, we need the whole story.
To the interwebs.
Although, from what I've been hearing about NPR, they probably don't have the whole story. Or they do, but they're omitting certain parts.
Oh, I see. One of them actually kneeled on the neck of someone. It was in a video.
Okay.
They kneeled on the neck of a black man who later died.
Okay. That's different
Yeah,
subject.
I found an article on the Washington Post.
Finish him.
Yeah, it certainly does sound like a... I think I've actually seen that happen in Dwarf Fortress.
That wouldn't surprise me.
Then again, there was a sadistic farmer, so...
Jesus Christ, I'm looking at the video now. Dear God. He's got the guy pinned down with his knee to the back of his neck. Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's a little bit much. Like, you don't need to put it on... You pin them down, yes, but don't...
Let's see. Give me a second, let me copy the link over.
Ugh.
I found it on an article for the Washington Post. There.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, they had him pinned down by the squad car with their knee on the back of his neck. That's a bit much.
Yeah, that's a bit much. That's definitely excessive force.
Jeez.
But yeah, that is definitely excessive force.
A little insano. You already had the guy down on the ground. You didn't need to pin him like that.
Yeah.
Oh, excuse me there. Big burp. Big burp, little bird.
Ooh.
Yeah, I've seen it happen.
Absolutely. Like the phrase goes, absolute power corrupts absolutely.
Hey.
Alright, it started raining again, so I think I'm going to end the stream here.
It's been raining out here in this area.
It's not, or it has been?
Has been.
Dang.
Had some thunder booms.
Yeah, we had some earlier too. Yep. Okay, so that was certainly completely different than normal streams.
Yes. Nice talk.
Absolutely.
While the normal stuff is going on in the back of the video, we're talking about completely unrelated topics.
Well, that's what the streams become pretty much lately. But yeah, so with that, thank you all for watching. If you watch this live on Twitch, do not forget to follow to be notified of next time I go live. I promise things aren't normally like this. If you were watching after the fact over on YouTube, do not forget to leave a like, subscribe for more content, and hit that bell icon to be notified of next time I upload a video. And I shall see you all next time. Oh, and remember, Hail Sithis, Hail Shiva, goodbye.
Poof.